than just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Running with Howard. And an alley to run. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Watch the slant. Ready, go.
They'll run on first down. Howard. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 12 yards that time and a Bills first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 41. They're going to look to throw. Got a man open. It's Sutton. Give him 32 on the play. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
Blue Dan.
On first down, Pryor looking deep for Adams. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
On 2nd down, Jacobs shifts by him. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
That QB's trash. Let's go. Check.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25.
Here we go.
It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, If you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
That one goes for 30 yards. Well, one thing's for sure. They're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location.
And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown.
They can't hold me, coach.
Davante Adams, his second touchdown on the season. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Charles, there aren't really any slow receivers, but there's fast and then really fast. He's really fast, and he showed off the afterburners there.
And that he is, because when he took off, I was thinking there's no chance that he can actually reach him with that pass. Yet he did, and he's still sprinting. And just think about what that does for everyone else on his team, because his ability to stretch a field opens things up for the rest of the receivers on the team.
Extra point from McManus is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. 5 plays there on that drive. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
There we go.
The Bills getting set to go. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd and 10. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. But not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Back to throw.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. What?
He'll look to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Darius Leonard, the linebacker.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Marching back onto the field now, Davante Adams and company getting set to go. He might be on his way to a record-setting performance. So good here, we're only in the second quarter.
And it's so interesting when we watch these types of days unfold for a receiver because they need a quarterback throwing it accurately, people to block for the quarterback, so many other variables. But, boy, he's getting it done and in a big way. Right now, he wants to rock on every snap.
He's counting his yards in the hundreds, not the tens. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
A first half update now from Philadelphia. And the Eagles out in front early. Feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor.
Here we go. Set. 57 ending. Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. Play that tight D. Don't let him breathe.
Throwing on first down. Pryor Throw left side complete. That's Schwartz. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Check Mike 99. Mike 99. Let him know. Let him know. Let him know. Let him know.
From the gun, Pryor.
Tight down. There you go.
He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Delay of game, offense.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. Looking to throw. Pryor. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Pryor. Got a man. It's Johnson. End zone. And touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. McManus's point after is good. And the route is on here in this first half. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Tyler Lockett trotting onto the field, getting set for this next drive. He's done his part, but so far it's been in a losing effort, so they've got to fix something.
But that doesn't mean changing anything, the way they're throwing the ball around and his catches and production. Keep doing that. They're going to have to fix some things likely on defense to try and slow down their opponents.
But so far, he's north of 100 yards receiving. They run with Howard. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 3. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. This quarterback now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. They'll look to throw here on first down. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll throw now on the final play. Lets it fly for Thielen. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off inside the 5. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. This one taken just inside the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Pryor dancing to his left. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him. Find him.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 27-yard line.
Well, simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 27. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Here's Jacobs. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Hey, hold the look, hold. Check 50.
On 2nd down now, it's Jacobs, and he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And certainly some credit there for that touchdown goes to the offensive line.
They never get the credit they deserve in the stat sheet, but they are the reason that they got the points. Excellent job up front, clearing the way for the score.
Extra point from McManus is good, and that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 45-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 45-yard line. No gain on the dump off. It's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Running from the gun with Howard. And he's going to be close to a first down as he gets this to the Raiders' 36.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 22-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On first down, it's Howard. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
On first and goal, Howard. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. They're mounting a nice drive here. Good chunk of yardage there again. O-line, they've been solid this drive.
They have that look about them right now that says, if you do anything but run the ball.
In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Now back to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Well, they are able to get 9 yards out of that, but now it's 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And Gay knocks this one through. And the Bills are forced to settle for 3. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
So here are the Raiders now to take over. They've got the lead right now in this contest, and they're coming off that victory a week ago against the Minnesota Vikings. Set to go, 1st and 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Rabbit. Mike.
From the gun, Pryor. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Schwartz. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. He's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him? Double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
To throw on third down. Pryor. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A Raider first down, 17 yards. Back now in Buffalo. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Back now in Buffalo. They'll run on first down. It's Jacobs. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Showing out. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Motion.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Here's Jacobs. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. This fielded at the 2. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. Let's do this.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch.
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. They'll set up a throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. The Bills on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense. They want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing. It puts them in that position.
Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Running is Jacobs. He's got a first down and more past the 30. And he's going to get this to the 40-yard line.
Let's go, boys.
That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Here we go.
Back to first down.
Come on, D. Ship.
Now a handoff looking right. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Right back to him on first down. A gain of 3, second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
The Raiders on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. On third down, here comes Jacobs. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Here we go.
That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Brandon, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about running them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. They'll run it with Jacobs, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
This fielded at the 2. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. On the NFL scoreboard there in the fourth quarter in Philadelphia. And an impressive display by the Eagles. They continue to pour it on, scoring again. If they hold on, a victory there would be their 3rd of the year. They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's got Burton here. He'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite an excellent display of footwork. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that pass completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. Check Mike 11. Check Mike 11. Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby.
They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
Hey, come on. Go. Let's get in them holes. Hey, check 24.
Now they try the right side here. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
4 down.
And they take a knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.